When I first told people I like to tour Malaysia on a motorcycle, they all said the same thing. Isn't it dangerous? But after countless trips and thousands of kilometers, here's the truth. So right now I'm on day 2 of Bikers and Ride Malaysia. It's 1,008 kilometers around Peninsula Malaysia. So right now the bikes behind me are split into Group A and Group B. I'm going to tell you why it's actually safer than you think to tour in Malaysia, and imagine the fun that you can have. Say, very fun!
Some journeys begin in the simplest of moments. From learning how to ride to riding on your own, every step shapes the path to freedom. Fueled by the thrill of adventure and the freedom of the open road, we discovered that true freedom lies in the journey itself. In the world of two-wheel freedom, every moment is the opportunity to create memories that last a lifetime.
'Cause these are the best days. These are the best days.
Experience two-wheel freedom with DirectAsia. Use promo code VERYOK30 at checkout for $30 eCapital voucher or VERYOK60 for $60 eCapital voucher. Head on down to directasia.com/333 for more information. Thank you to DirectAsia for making this video possible.
If you go alone, I think yes, there's a certain degree of danger, but if you go in a group, in a safe group and people that you know, I think it's relatively okay.
There's 18 riders following us, and then this is the Group B people, and now the Group A, we are moving off to Kota Baru. And all our rides have safety. Right, so we are forming up first before we head out. So as you can see, the Group B are forming behind the Group A. So we move in 2 separate groups. Each convoy usually have a lead biker and a sweeper. So for me, I'm the Group A sweeper. But just that for today, right, I cannot be a sweeper because I'm doing a vlog. So today is going to be a bright and beautiful day. So nice to tour in Malaysia. I have been touring in Malaysia since 2008. I mean, I have an in-between 3 years break. In the early stage of my life, I make many mistakes during touring.
It's pretty safe if you do it correctly, so I think it's more of you have to gain more experience. So along the way, I mean, in the first time when I was riding, there are also mistakes, so we learn along the way. Ride with more people, different people have different riding styles, so I think the more you ride, the more you understand how to, increase all the best practices, just so that you can ride better.
It's because of all these mistakes, right, I learned to be a better tourer. So for example, the very first mistake that I actually made, right, was not having enough rest. Normal lah, very excited about trips, so the night before, cannot sleep. Second mistake is speeding. When I was a lot younger, right, it's like daredevil, want to go fast, get the fastest bike. Every time try to go as fast as I can, modify my bikes to make sure that it really can hit the top speed. And within our group, we always compare who goes the fastest. But touring is never about that. You all go as a group, go together, come back together. Never leave anybody behind. So speeding is definitely a one big mistake that I feel that I made during the younger days. I'm not saying that you should be going slow, but as long as you're comfortable, don't push your limits. So another mistake is, okay, I wouldn't really call it a mistake, like riding at night. Try your best not to ride at night. Due to time constraint, we want to have our maximum time when we are having holiday, right? And we will always rush back to Singapore, riding the North-South Highway at night. Or even to save time, riding up north at night, so we save a day. So we can enjoy a day in Malaysia, 1 extra day. Is that extra few hours riding the night really worth it? Because it is actually really dangerous to ride at night, especially at the B road. And worse, if you want to ride fast at night, B roads, that is definitely a no-no. So many times at night when I ride the B road, last time when I was a lot younger, there's so much close calls, whereas you get animals walking across the street, you get a cow in the middle of the road, and you don't see them until you are like, what? 1 vehicle length in front of you? Can you imagine you're going at 180 on the B road? There's no way you can stop in time. The 4th mistake that I made, right, was being impatient when I was younger. Not saying now that I'm also a lot more patient, but I think I'm a more mature rider now. There is more risk calculated, more consequences. So when I was a lot younger, like looking at this traffic in front of me right now, you see that even this kind where you know that you can see, I will go. But because I know that my bike has a lot more power, what's the rush? Why rush? Just relax. You got all these kind of sceneries. Just relax, take your time. Let me share with you one incident. Because of my impatience, when I was riding in Thailand, in order to overtake a big bus in front of me, I went to the road shoulder. And because of that misjudgment and the mistake that I made, right, it almost ended my life. The bus went slightly lean towards the left side of the shoulder. So I got no room to move. And if my front wheel was to go off the road shoulder, it was a ditch. I would have just fumbled, crashed, and probably won't be alive today to do this. So now I have a new motto: live to ride another day. Why rush? Be patient, you can ride again tomorrow. Impatient might get you killed, and that's it. Game over. And the last thing that I want to share with you, right, I feel it's one of the most important things that most of us fail to look out for is the last leg going back home. The whole trip was so smooth, right? And you thought that the last 30 leg should be as norm. And that's where most accidents happen. So always be alert, especially your last leg home after your last fuel pump. Never take anything for granted. So with all these guidelines that I share with you, right, if I were to follow all these guidelines, touring in Malaysia is actually very safe and very fun.
I don't think it's dangerous, but you need to be careful. I think in any sports, just use care and use your wisdom. Don't be reckless and enjoy, but be careful.
When people talk about riding in Malaysia, they often imagine chaos on the roads. But the truth is, it's not just about the ride. It's the footstops, the laughter, the moments you share along the way that make it special. The risks, they are there, but they fit into the background when you are having a great time with great company. And after a good meal, there is nothing better than rolling out together, ready for the next stretch of adventure.
In front of me is Group B, so I'm following them on this leg. You see like dark clouds like in front like this, right? You might want to stop early to put on your raincoat. I know a lot of people like to do it last minute. They wait until they start to feel the droplets and then they scramble to find, example, a stop like this. Anywhere that is very dangerous on the road. So it's actually safer if you can predict. Use the rain app. If you can predict that you are going to hit the rain, just stop in one of the petrol kiosks along the way, out from the main road, and then put on your rain gear. So another thing is defensive riding. Always practice defensive riding. Doesn't matter if you are slow, you stuck behind traffic, but you know there's a saying, right? Better be late than never. So don't rush. So just wait for your time to overtake any vehicle if you want. If not, just like our convoy in Group B, we just stay together. Touring is actually not that easy. You're always concentrating on the road, full focus, watch out for any hazards, and you are always calculating the risk that you're going to take. So that actually drains quite a lot of your mental power. And if you are new to touring, right, this thing can drain you out very easily. My first touring experience, right, so funny. I tell you, I cannot even go past Matcha. That is like what, 30 kilometers riding and I'm really punctured. I'm so sleepy, so tired. So what I would advise, if possible, is to do progressive training. So you can do a couple of breakfast rides first, go within 50 kilometer radius of Johor, so you familiarize with the fatigue that you face during riding. It's very different compared to riding locally in Singapore where there's a lot of stop-go traffic and each time you're probably on a bike for 15 to half an hour. So but for breakfast runs, right, you can easily go up to about an hour on bike, and that is why we have recently launched our triplet ride program. So this program, right, actually we want to share our experience with new riders, especially those new riders or new tourists actually who wish to start touring in Malaysia but don't know how to. So this program actually, we share with them our experience how to tour Malaysia safely. Another thing to begin your touring experience, right, is to probably join more group rides. Joining all these group rides, you have all the different type of riders that you can learn their mistakes. You can also pick up the lessons that they have learned.
My pants are not supposed to be wet because it's contact. But I forget to close the window! Every part of my body is wet!
Same, all wet.
All wet!
But we still enjoyed it, man.
It's quite fun, it's not dangerous at all. In Malaysia, we got more rural areas and more scenery rides, which I find that is quite pleasant.
You know why I like to ride in Malaysia? Because Malaysia food, right, guaranteed nicer than Singapore's food. I mean, it's a quick escape from our fast tempo city, especially Singapore. Wow, sometimes working very stressed. Too stressed from work already. So, you know, it's a very quick and fast getaway. I mean, if you want to go for a quick getaway, don't go to KL lah. You can go to like Ayapapan, Kuantan, any cities or anywhere around the East Coast.
In Malaysia riding, I found the most enjoyable experience is that there's no traffic light at all. After you can ride like 100 kilometers on the country road, there's no single traffic light. That's so enjoyable.
I mean, riding in Malaysia is really very safe. I mean, provided you don't do stupid things lah. Leave the ego at home. You know, don't do any stupid things. You know, I mean, especially if you go with a group of friends. It's not a race. Nothing to prove. So I always live by this motto: live to ride another day. Don't take unnecessary risks. So for all those seasoned tourists, help our riders community by sharing the mistakes that you have made and the lessons that you have learned in the comments below. So for those who want to start touring, start small, ride smart, and you'll find that actually touring in Malaysia is really not that dangerous like what other people say. And you know what? It's actually one of the best way to enjoy motorcycling. So with that, I'm Winston, and see you on the road. Bye bye! See you on the road!